versus us utilizing the calendars and everything. If we wanted to know what time it was, or what time or phase within the mind, because we live inside of our own mind, if we wanted to know what time it was inside of the mind, you feel me? We would look in our environment. You said ask the trees behind me what time it is. That's a great statement that you said. Cause I can't ask the trees what time it is, and they gonna communicate back with me. You wanna know why? Because it's called body language. Everything in the universe is communicating through body language, right? The trees are moving right now. It's leaves waving on the trees right now. That's signaling to my brain that, oh, it's that time of the year. It's summertime. It's springtime. It's abundance. Life is blooming. Life is amongst us. You see what I'm saying? So they actually talking to us. I can't ask the tree. You can't ask the tree what time it is. You feel me? The tree is vibrating. In order for the tree to keep producing chlorophyll, which allows it to have this green texture and what appears to be green, it has to be vibrating on a certain frequency at a certain nanometer of light, because light is measured in nanometers. So it's vibrating on a certain frequency of light that makes it appear to be green. It's communicating with the environment. It's signaling off to you to be at peace and balance and in harmony. And with that being said, man, because I love when I interact with y'all, because sometimes I get on here and I don't know what I'm going to talk about, and I just allow mama to start streaming through me, and I just get in repeat mode and get to download and the information that I got from God, that I get from Chief. But that right there,
Nice one too.
that right there, everything, that's what this download was going to be about today, right? So before I start this one, as usual, man, reflected light from the all-seeing I3. My higher self, man. 3 is free. Nature boy is God. If y'all didn't know. You feel me? So Chief teach us biology amongst many other things, amongst many other sciences. And shout out to everybody in the live right now. And don't forget to donate. You feel me? Make sure y'all support the mission. Make sure y'all support the movement. You feel me? 3 is free. We need food, water. We always need food and water for Chief, man. So make sure Chief is taken care of. So Chief teaches us about biology. And if we want to understand life, we got to understand biology. We have to understand genetics, because life is nothing but an expression of genetic code. We live inside of a mind, just as the cells inside of your body live inside of you, and they look up to you as God. Life is fractal. It don't matter what level or what scale you decide to measure life on, it's always going to come out the same. So what's going down on a molecular level with the ants is taking place with us and beyond, which is within God's mind. DNA is the mind of God, right? Who in here knows what DNA is, other than the most highest perspective of it being the mind of God? What is DNA? Who knows what DNA is? I would like to know your interpretation of DNA. Because it's important for us to understand DNA. And this right here is going to break the illusion of separation. You said DNA is a genetic code. No, I would say DNA is more so the basis through which the genetic code is expressed. You feel me? You are a mind expressing thoughts. DNA expresses genes, genetics. DNA is the molecular blueprint for all living things. All living things are tied together and are a part of the oneness through DNA. And remember, we were all made in God's image and God's likeness, in the mind or imagination of God. DNA is the mind of God. And we are all different genes, thought forms, because genes are thoughts. We are all different genes or thoughts or expressions of DNA or of that mind of God. Now, here comes the glitch, right? When it comes to breaking the illusion of separation, we all think that we are all different from each other, that we all separate from each other, because when I move, you don't move. When I move my arm like this, you don't move your arm like this. You see what I'm saying? We think that we're separate from each other because we can't control the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is doing what it wants to do. That's God. Here's the glitch. I just said it. DNA ties us all together. We are all tied together through DNA, which is the blueprint for all of us. Now, all species, I'm talking about from the leaf, from you, from Nova to A1 Day One, At Peace, Consuela, to the blade of grass on the ground, to the ant, to the bird, the bee, the tree itself. We are all connected, and we all share the same language. We all share the same genetic disposition. If you know anything about biology, every cell has a specific function, right? I like what my chief says sometimes. We are all equal in value, but we differ in function. And because we differ in function, we allow ourselves or deceive ourselves as to believing that we are separate from somebody else, or that I'm separate from the tree because the tree don't look like me, or the tree is shaped like this, or the tree does this and I do this. There's a reason why everything is designed differently, but a part of the same thing. And that the same language that we all speak, that all species on this planet speak, is called A, C, T, and G. Adenine, cytosine, cytosine, thymine, and guanine. Those are called amino acids. These amino acids go on to make proteins, and those proteins go on to make cells. We are all a collection of proteins that developed into cells and move as one being. But what makes us all different is that we all have different A, C, T, and G sequences, right? Proteins are made 3 letters at a time, right? These A, C, T, and G sequences are formed 3 letters at a time to create a cell, to create you, to create life. So this is called a genome. What makes all of us different, remember, we are all the same. We all share the same language, which is A, C, T, and G's. But what makes us different is that you got a different sequence of those A, C, T, and G's on your genome. We all have specific genomes. And remember, biology is astrology. As above, so below. So below, as above. As within, so without. So when you're studying genetics or biology, you're studying your astrological program, how your mind works, how your mind, which is DNA, is using your thoughts, genetics, to give you your reality. Now, this is where light capacity comes in, right? Seeing as though we all share the same A, C, T, and G's, but on different sequences, this enables us to have different functions in the mind of God, right? This is what allows us to have different functions within the mind of God, different light capacities. Some of us are greater lights than other cells inside the body. If you go look at a video on YouTube called Stated Clearly, and it's going to be telling you, look at the video on what is DNA and what is a gene. It's going to show you how every protein that makes up a cell is sequenced in such a way that the color, the shape, and the size is very important as to determine the function that the cell will have in the body. So if you look at your astrological program or your specific genome in the mind of God, you can see your ability or the expression of God that you are. You can see how great of a light you are inside of the mind of God. Or you might be a smaller light form within the mind of God. But we look at each other as separate and different because we all are different light capacities. We all embody different light capacities of that oneness, of that one mind. You see what I'm saying? You follow me? So we all the same. Me out, what up, God? King, what up? Honey, what up? So understand that. And this is why Chief teaches us about biology and astrology, so that we can actually understand our genetics. Listen to this. Biology and science told us, and we grew up in elementary and middle school, science was teaching us a central dogma. If anybody know what a central dogma is beliefs based in persuasion, in religious persuasion, and not scientific fact. So in science class, they was teaching us religion. You follow me? They was teaching us religion in science class growing up. They were teaching us that we were victims of our heredity, of the genes that we inherited from our past lives as our mother and father. Think about it though. If somebody tell you that you're a victim and that whatever you inherit from your parents, that's what it is, then you're a victim to life. You're a victim to what happens to you in life. You have no control over life. But the updated science, which is epigenetics, which is how the environment is shaping the cell and the perception and the expression of the cell, it shows us how important it is to place yourself in the correct environment. You see what I'm saying? So they was teaching us religion and science. They was teaching us that we was victims of our genes and that you can't change your genes. But you can change your genes because remember, genes are thoughts. And whatever you put inside your five senses, control your expression, control your genetic expression, right? In nature, if you go outside to a park and you around nature right now, that is an epigenetic control mechanism that's going to activate certain genes for you to be in harmony and live in tune with the environment that you are in. Versus you being in a cubicle at a loud ass job, phones ringing all day. That's a different environment that's activating certain genes for you to be out of tune with life, for you to live in your lower self, for you to insulate yourself from what you are connected to. You said you change your genes. You can change your genes though, right? You change your genes or your perception by changing your environment. You feel me? Those ACT and Gs can be rearranged by changing your environment. The genes that you inherited, right? Somebody might have cancer in your family and you might think that, oh shit, I'm going to have breast cancer. I'm going to have colon cancer. No, it's how you looking at it is what's giving you that sickness. Remember, the subconscious mind is very powerful. The subconscious is very powerful, y'all. Understand this, man. Like, for instance, they tried to give God life in prison. They tried to give Chief life in prison in the courtroom, but that's witchcraft. They casted a spell through words, and if you believe in that, then that must persist and exist in your reality. We don't exist in that. We don't believe in that. That's not in our belief systems. So then I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so certain things shouldn't be said. You shouldn't place yourself around certain environments, around certain TV episodes or programs or music, commercials, information, teachers, because you're programming your subconscious mind. And remember, your subconscious mind does not reject any information. Whatever you put into your subconscious mind, it becomes one with it, and it believes that you put it in there. Even if somebody else put it in there, it believes you put it in there, and you become one with that. And that alters your genetic makeup and your expression. So it's very important, y'all. Understand that we're not separate from anything. What somebody else is saying to you, you're saying. If you, for instance, if you say some foul shit to somebody trying to make somebody else look bad, you're not actually saying it to them. You're saying it to yourself. And you're impressing that expression on your cells. And your cells are becoming one with that. And you're going to get that back in your reality. If you call somebody stupid, you stupid motherfucker, you talking to yourself. And you just said that to your cells. And your cells is going to give that vibration and energy back to you. Very important to understand that we're not separate from anything. That we all are the same thing and share the same language. We are all part of the same oneness. We just differ in function due to our astrological programs or our genomes. But we one. And be careful what you put in your subconscious. Be careful what you say. You feel me? Nova, I appreciate you calling me a nappy head. You want to know why? And I appreciate the ignorance. I appreciate the negativity because I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You feel me? And guess what? We're going to turn all negativity into positivity. Don't you know that my hair is supposed to be nappy? Don't you know that that nappy hair is the best hair that you can have on the planet? This hair that you looking at right now is the best hair that you can have on the planet. You feel me? Nova, please don't project to me your insecurity about how you feel about your hair. That says everything about how you feel about yourself. But I'm here to remind you, just like Chief reminded me, you have the best hair on the planet. Your hair is a super semiconductor. It's an antenna for consciousness to connect you with God. It got melanin in there. And the more kinky and coily and Brillo padded and knotty and the more kitchen you got in that motherfucker, the height and the connection you get to your environment. So I'm grateful, Nova. And I hope that I have enlightened you today. And I hope that you continue to love your hair. You feel me? I hope you continue to acknowledge yourself. Don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant, because you never look good trying to make somebody else look bad. Remember, that shit going into your subconscious mind. You're saying it to yourself. I know you said it wasn't. You said it isn't an insult. I don't know. I didn't take it as an insult, but it was off topic when we was talking about. So it was a distraction. So I addressed it as so. You feel me? So remember, y'all, your hair, yeah, your hair. Important. Let it grow out. Stop cutting it. Stop dyeing it. Stop messing with the technological function of it. But that's interesting though, man. It's really amazing how we all connected. We all connected through DNA, but share different ACT and Gs. Like, you, a bug, I appreciate that, Nova. A bug and you might have one letter off. That's what make y'all look different. That's what make us look different. We might have one letter off from a lion that makes us look like humans and a lion look like a lion. But remember, everything is God. Everything is the great grandmother experiencing herself within her creation. Everything is God. Literally, everything is God. Even I am a part of God. When you hear me, you're talking to a different part of you, a different version of God, a different version of you that you tapped into. Life is amazing when you really think about it. When you sit down and you think about it objectively, and you get out of the cities, you get out of the job and the work environments and chase some money and want to fornicate all day and be in the material world, you start to see things clearly. You start to become more sharper, right? Steal the body and move the mind. That's what Chi teaches. Steal the body and move the mind. We have to learn how to begin to travel in our mind consciously and activate certain pathways within the mind that allow us to become more conscious of what we are. You said love is real because God made me, you, and the world. Absolutely. The act of creation is love itself, because love is understanding. Love is a mathematical equation, right? Life is nothing but binary code, zeros and ones, on and off, left, right, up, down. It's zeros and ones, nothing turning into something. Us being in darkness and creating something through our thoughts. So the very act of creation is love itself, because it was a sacred energy exchange. That's smooth though. Love is real, but love is understanding. Love is a mathematical equation. That means that we have to be objective. You said you want to understand zero. When you understand zero, then you understand, you tap into the Christ consciousness, because that's what that zero is. That zero is the nothingness. When you tap into Chief, you tap into the Christ consciousness. You tap into your higher self, the part of you that understands that it's everything and no thing at the same time. Your higher self knows that you are the zero and the oneness, that you are the nothing and a part of the oneness. And guess what? The zero is us existing as the all, as the no thing, as the quantum field of infinite possibilities, the quantum unified field. That's what that zero is, that darkness. That's what the zero is. The one is the ego. The one is us coming and experiencing creation in the lens of the illusion of separation, through the lens of separation. That's what the one is, right? We get our sense of self, our finite piece of the superego, of the zero, of the all, of the oneness. And that's what allows us to experience life. If we all knew that we was no thing, then life would be boring. But we begin to, right? You got your specific genome in your which is your astrological program that allows you to be the one, or your sense of self, or your unique sense of self within the all. And that's what you have to study, so that you understand how you are unique within everything, right? Study your genome and your ACT and Gs, so that you can study how God wants to experience and express himself through you. Appreciate you, Key. Yeah. So study that. Know that. We have to understand life. That's what we're here to do, to know thyself. I'm grateful. To know thyself. That's what we are here to do. And the shortest and quickest road to knowledge of self is through nature. We have to understand the nature of being a human. And remember, human beings, we are animals. Remember, we are connected to everything else. What makes you think that if the bees, the lions, the tigers, the bears, the dogs, the cats, if these animals, what make you think we separate from them? Bless myself. What make us think that we not animals? Human beings are animals. We are part of the animal kingdom. We have dominion over the animal kingdom. Nature's supposed to bow to us, but we are also supposed to bow to nature and honor nature, because it is us. It couldn't exist without us, and we couldn't exist without it. But human beings are animals. We are apes. Like Chief teaches us, we are great apes. Go look it up. Don't just take my word for nothing, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all go look up this shit. Great apes, right? Human beings, or the Homo genius, the Homo sapien, is a part of the great ape family called the Hominidae family. And that consists of gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutans, and bonobo apes. You feel me? Bonobo apes share 98.7% DNA with us. Why we think that we separate from nature? We move in ignorance and destroy the planet like we not a part of this shit. Like we don't share the same ACT and G or genetic language with the blade of grass on the ground. Appreciate that, though, boy. Why we act like we don't share the same fucking DNA with the tree, with the next person, with the person over there? Why we acting like that? But look, that's part of us being asleep within this dream. That's part of us being in the... Somebody asked me earlier what time it was. You feel me? We now coming out of that dark time, the Kali Yuga, where we go to sleep and forget that we all part of the oneness, and that we are all God in fractal pieces of itself, experiencing itself. It is our ego. Our ego allows us to do that. But you got to understand, in your higher self, matter of fact, the ego that we are experiencing right now has been subjected to Babylon. It's been subjected to misinformation. And this is why we live as though we are separate from nature. Because we haven't been taught that we are nature. We've been taught that nature is just separate from us, man. Like, it's just doing its own thing and we are separate. Like, but what is our source? Nature is our source. It's what's sustaining our life. How can we be separate from what's sustaining our life? You feel me? That don't make sense. And that's how ignorant we are in this time that we are in, which is the age of Aquarius. In the age of abundance, right? What it say? In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Chief said that. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. In the abundance of knowledge, niggas is thirsty for knowledge. We in the age of information. There's no excuse for you not to have the information. The Messiah is here. The Messiah is here. God is here in the physical form. God is here inside the dream with us. Threes is Christ. There's no excuse for us not to tap into truth and what things are and what life is. But this is the inevitable. We're waking up to it. This is why we having these type of conversations. This is why people listening to this stuff. This is why the Messiah is here. This is why that frequency has come to the earth plane in these times, because we are going through that phase now. We are in that cycle now. Rex, what up with you, King? And then King come in. What up with you, King? Peace to all the gods and the goddesses. But you feel me? So, man, study, man. Study. It's nothing else to do, for real. It's really nothing else to do. Think about it. After you go get all the money, after you fuck all the girls, you fuck all the men that you want, you eat all the food, have all the clothes, shoes, travel all the places, you feel me? Be a connoisseur of whatever you wanted to be a connoisseur of. You're going to have to sit down and know you. You're going to have to sit down and understand what irks your nerves, what frustrates you, what makes you truly happy from within, not from external, not externally, because the external world can't validate you, because there is no external world. The external is the internal world. So we must come to terms with the subconscious, with the internal, so that we can understand what's going on in our projection. But we gotta upgrade and update our software. We can't be running off the same software no more. We can't be running off the same software, y'all. We can't. We gotta become a new beings. We gotta become new beings. The flip of the switch, yup. Gotta flip it. Because that's the only way you're gonna see a change in your reality, is if you decide to flip the switch within you. If you decide to switch your brain to being a fucking robot, an NPC in the Matrix, to being conscious. Okay, that's how you feel? Let me show you what up. Let me show you how I feel about you. I love myself though. But don't ever disrespect Chief in here, man. You feel me? I don't disrespect nobody. We don't disrespect nobody, y'all. I will not tolerate no disrespect to nobody I'm with in this live. So be smooth, y'all. Positivity only, man. You see, it's not a computer update. It is a computer update because we are computers. We are computers. Your brain is the computer. It's the processor of your being. We are computers. Think about it. Your eyes are the monitors that's projecting you to reality. Your brain is the computer box that's processing everything. Your eyes are connected to wires that's connected to your brain, like the wires of a mouse and the wires of a computer speaker, the wires of the camera lens on the speaker. Everything is connected as one system to give you reality. Remember, nature is technology. Technology is nature, like Chief teaches us. The computer, the phone, all of that is a replica of what the human avatar can do. Human beings made it. Think about it. Human beings made the computer. Why wouldn't we be computers if we made the computer? A computer can only be a computer because that idea came from us being a computer. But we think that we just, you see, we got to understand that technology is shit. We're very technical devices. We're phones. Absolutely, Diamond. We waking up step by step, day by day, dream by dream. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's a beautiful sight to see. You sit in God's image. Facts. Each one teach one. That's what we're here to do. Our lives don't belong to us. My life don't belong to me. My life belongs to humanity, like God teaches us. All of your experiences, all that you know, everything that you have done, mistakes, it belongs to somebody else so that they can learn. So that you can help them raise in frequency, raise in consciousness. But yeah, man, that was the download for today, man. I really just want to come up here and talk to y'all. Be with y'all real quick, man. Reflect the light. But y'all got any questions? Anybody want to pull up, build? I'm gonna leave the floor for y'all right now. If y'all want to donate, that's the cash app right there. Remember, 3 is free. You feel me? 3 is free. And yeah, we looking forward to making heaven on earth. You feel me? We looking forward to making heaven on earth. To the world being a big ass playground, to the world being a big amusement park, y'all. Remember, to enter the kingdom of God, you got to become like a child again. We have to become like children again. Literally. We have to reprogram ourselves. Remember, from age 0 to 7, a child's brain is in theta state. They're in the subconscious mind, being programmed. We have to consciously do that now. We have to consciously do that now. So that's what it is. You said, have you an oil tank? What you mean? What you mean, have you an oil tank? Lady Zaza, what up? Mac. Bryce, what up? Master J. Master Jack? Your name Master J or Master Jack? Mental Chillness, what up? Zach. Shit, the robots are 20 real. There really ain't no robots. You feel me? When you think of a robot, you just think about something that's just running on autopilot. And it just is in submission to the all. But you got to understand that there really is no other person outside of you. And that's kind of freaky. That's kind of freaky because you see people walking around everywhere, but there is nobody walking around. We're experiencing somebody walking around inside of our mind. That's crazy. What do I think about phase 1 music? Is it fire? In my opinion, he got a real message. I mean, shout out to phase 1. You feel me? For him doing whatever he's doing. You feel me? I always respect, especially a black man, any person that's doing what they feel like they need to do and they consistent and diligent at that. I respect it. Me personally, I don't listen to his music. Yeah, I don't listen to his music. I don't really get into it. I'm not into like exposing people. Like, you feel me? I think that's kind of weird. You feel me? I like to stay in my business. You feel me? Stay in my lane. It's one thing to expose the government and the system. It's one thing to expose morals and principles, but I'm not with exposing people. That's kind of weird. That's trolling to me. But you feel me? I don't listen to his music really. I've heard some things scrolling past Instagram. And yeah, you feel me? You feel me? Peace and blessings to him. You see, it's awakening to the ones he try. I mean, yeah, everybody is placed here to do a specific job, right? Some people here to wake up the industry. Some people here to be beings that come and expose the artists and the entertainers and the media and the entertainment industry so that they can see what the fuck going on. But it's only gonna lead them to the truth, to nature. So even what he's doing, that's just one layer to the dream. That's just one layer to waking up within the dream. There's another layer after that. There's another layer after that. You feel me? If anything, we should be rapping about and teaching people to getting back into a nature. And that's what, Twin, what up, God? Peace, King. Appreciate that. And that's what Chief teaches us to do. You feel me? If you look at Nature Boy's profile, yeah, you're gonna see he was leading people back into nature, leading black women and black men back into their natural environment, having them make music and hip hop in the jungle and shit. That's what we supposed to be doing. We ain't supposed to be tearing each other down. That's kind of weird. Appreciate that, Twin. You feel me? But that's part of us being asleep. That's part of us being asleep. Everything happens for a reason, though. So, but yeah, we definitely all here for a purpose. But what purpose is that? Because life is a movie. This shit a dream, and everybody got a script. Some people's role is to be demons and a stumbling block to the chosen within the dream. Because see, look, you got God's children, and then you got those that are disobedient to God, right? Now, everybody got a purpose, but some people here got a purpose to be demons on the planet, to be negative entities, stumbling blocks like rubber and wood that disconnects you from God. Some people are playing as cancer steels that stop God's children, the chosen, from reaching their greatness. Or they play as opposition to test the chosen and make us go through obstacles to only strengthen us so that we can reach our greatness. But yes, everybody does have a purpose. But what purpose do you have? What purpose do you have? Are you on nature's side? Are you programmed to go against nature? Now that's when you have to go study your genome, your genetics, or your astrological program, so that you can understand, Tisha, what up? So that you can understand whether or not your astrological program is made for you to be living in the natural world or the artificial world, or for you to be stuck in the internet, in the metaverse type shit. Your program, your genetics or your astrology gonna show you which world that you best fit into. I got it right today, didn't I, Tisha? Off the bat, the first time. So yeah, man, life is beautiful, man. Life is beautiful. Garden Bay, what's up, Reflection? Peace. Sensei. But that's what it is, y'all. I'm gone, man. I'm gonna catch up with y'all a little later. All right, y'all. I love myself, man. 3 is free.